evening, Uncle Bashir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are things?
Everything is good. I'm living the life of a boxing trainer.
Okay, so there's lots for us to talk about. Clearly, first of all, Bryant Jennings versus Vladimir Klitschko. I think I would say I got that closer than you did.
Pardon me?
I think I got that Bryant Jennings versus Vladimir Klitschko. I think I got that one closer than you did.
No, I don't think either one of us was accurate.
Well, I said that he would give Klitschko a lot more problems than it was expected to.
You call that problems? That wasn't problems to me. It looked like a guy that was trying to survive.
Well, it looked like me like your trainer. The trainer who was training him was telling him to box. He didn't know what to do because I know had you been in that corner or someone else would be in that corner like Amanda Stewart may have made the fight more exciting.
Well, that's the difference in having experience and not having experience. Jonathan Banks has never trained anybody before. This is his first occasion training anybody. And as I said before from the very beginning, he has a lot of lessons to learn. I thought that, there were some things that Vladimir might have done, that he could have done, that he didn't do, and I expressed that to him. I'm not being critical in that I'm being unjust. I'm just saying the things that the fans are saying. I'm just being truthful about what I feel. I expressed to Vladimir, I said that I felt that in the fights against Charles Shuford and Jamil McCline and Ray Mercer, I said to Lad, you fought with a sense of purpose, a sense that you were aiming to render these men unconscious, and you did. You put so much pressure, so many combinations together that you got rid of the guys. So I felt that there were things that Vladimir could have done, that he should have done, that he didn't do. So yeah, it's a matter of, in my opinion, and I'm not being critical of Jonathan Banks or anybody else. I'm just saying, I'm calling it what it is. I'm saying it's a matter of experience. I felt that boxing wasn't the way to do it. I felt that if I was in the corner, if I was leading the charge, I would have had Vladimir to cut the ring off behind the double, triple jab. Double the jab and then come back with a single jab and follow with the right hand. Can you see the picture? Can you get the picture of what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can. If you can keep your camera like that, that's perfect.
Okay. If you're doubling the jab, as soon as you double the jab, you follow it with a single jab with a right hand behind that single jab. And at the same time, cut the ring down.
Right.
To me, in my opinion, and I respect Jennings too, but I'm just giving my opinion. To me, in my opinion, Jennings was very, very leery, very, very cautious the first 3 rounds. But when he found out Vladimir's aim was to box, he got courage. And his courage grew as the fight went on. His courage grew.
But did you think he boxed better than you expected, or he just boxed the way you thought he'd box?
As I said, I felt that he got comfortable as the fight went on. And it looked like to me that he didn't fight with the vigor and drive that Joe Frazier or Evander Holyfield would have fought with in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko that night.
Right.
He fought a fight, but it looked like to me he was fighting a fight, but he was trying to stay safe at the same time. He didn't roll the dice the way that Evander Holyfield or Joe Frazier might have done. Now, Brian may have something to say about what I'm saying here.
He did. I've interviewed him already, and he said that he looked back at the tape and went, "Damn, I should have taken more chances. I should have done this, and I really should have done." But hey, it's experience.
So he's his own worst critic, because I felt the same thing. He didn't take no chances.
But if you're taking no chances, he may have got knocked out.
I feel like to see it. If one man's not going to do what he's supposed to do or do what he could do, then it's up to the other guy to step up to the plate and take charge. Evander Holyfield and Joe Frazier comes to mind when I think about people who have opportunity in front of them. When I think about people who has opportunity, Evander Holyfield fought Riddick Bowe the first time. I believe that he was 205 or 207. It was some kind of lower weight. He was 205 or 210 or something. And Riddick Bowe was what, 260 or 245 or something.
Yeah.
he had a lot of weight and a lot of height and a lot of bulk on him. And Holyfield fought him like it doesn't matter. I'm a heavyweight, you heavyweight. Let's gamble. You know. So if in my opinion, Bryant didn't step up to the plate and take charge, and he blew opportunity. What might have been opportunity. I'm not saying that he would have beat Vladimir Klitschko, but I am saying that Vladimir Klitschko gave him an opportunity to fight for the title.
Okay, but he did better than Pulev did. He did better than David Haye did, and those are two guys that people rank higher than Jennings.
Again, I'll repeat myself. Brian Jennings did what Vladimir Klitschko allowed him to do. Vladimir Klitschko never let go of his artillery. Vladimir Klitschko didn't use, in my opinion, 15% of his artillery.
But whose fault is that?
Huh?
Whose fault is that's not Jennings' fault?
I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm not saying it's Vladimir's fault, and I'm not saying it's Jennings' fault, because I don't know what was going through the fighter's mind. I don't know whether he was injured. I don't know whether he had some doubts. I don't know what was wrong because I wasn't in that ring and I wasn't taking those punches. Right. All right. But I do know that I disagree with the strategy, that boxing wasn't the answer to me. I'm thinking from a trainer's perspective.
And I did state that in my post fight. I said that a more experienced trainer may have cornered Jennings and imposed their will more on Jennings. Now, if that was a Lennox Lewis in there, if that was a Lennox Lewis against Jennings, Lennox would have really stepped on the pace and really went for Jennings. At some point, he would have tried to go and stop him.
Yeah, I would have implored for Vladimir to try to stop him. I would have. One thing I saw that Jennings was allowed to move around the ring as he pleased. He wasn't never. Ladd never cut the ring off to threaten him. You understand? He could have threatened him with foot pressure without even throwing punches. If he had just kept the ring cut off, Jennings would have burned himself out in 7 rounds. Because Jennings kept a constant pace, constantly trying to move. And I felt that Ladd could have cut the ring down more, I think that if he cut the ring down more and worked behind a consistent jab, he would have stood a better chance of getting to Jennings. But again, Jennings was allowed to move in different directions, and it seems to me, in just my opinion, that he got confidence as the fight went on.
Right. Well, confidence would happen if you think you might there's a possibility you could get obliterated based on the fact that if you saw Vladimir's last fight, the way he destroyed Pulev, you look at that and you think to yourself, well, I could be on the end of that. That's what could happen.
Well, Pulev, yeah, of course. Pulev got destroyed because he was willing to fight. He was willing to take chances. He was willing to roll the dice. You understand? Pulev was willing to take chances. He was willing to roll the dice. And in doing so, he got caught. I respect Pulev because he got caught doing what he was supposed to do, trying to take charge, trying to send Vladimir a mental message, a physical message, that I'm better than you and that I'm going to beat you. So he was trying to get this in. There was a lot of psychological ploys there. And I applaud Pulev's attempts, But I felt that Bryant, though he fought a good fight, I felt that Bryant was a bit jittery. I felt that he was just too concerned about incoming. I'm not saying totally disregard incoming, but I'm saying you got to take some chances at the point. If the champion is not on you, if the champion is not doing certain things, if the champion is not doing the things that he's qualified and capable of doing, it's up to you to take charge. And he didn't do that. He didn't take those chances.
But how many fights has Jennings had as a professional? Let's be honest.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It boils down to the individual. It doesn't matter. Don't let nobody put that in your mind because people look for a way out anytime saying, oh, the guy only got 10 fights. The only guy. Well, again, let's allude to Tim Witherspoon. He fought the great Larry Holmes with 13, 14 fights.
Well, didn't he have a good amateur record, Tim Witherspoon, or not?
Tim Witherspoon didn't have no amateur record.
Damn. Damn.
He fought Larry Holmes in his 13th or 14th fight. He didn't have no amateur background.
Damn. Well, in that case, then yeah, your point is there, yeah.
You see the point I'm making?
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
I've seen guys with no amateur background and come into a fight and take over. It boils down. That's why I say it boils down to the individual. I've trained professional fighters for 45 years.
Yeah.
And I can tell you something. When I'm looking at a fighter in the gym, I always check out their mental capability. The mental capability tells me what I can do and what I can't do with that particular fighter. You understand? Tim Witherspoon came in and gave Larry Holmes life and death.
But that was to be expected of Bryant Jennings because that's the way he fights. He's always been defensively minded. He's always been that way as a fighter.
Well, in my opinion, when you get to the dance for the championship of the world, you got to change some things. You have to change some things, especially in the fight. If you're in the fight and you say, hey, I'm in the 9th round, I've survived these other rounds, what can I do to take charge now? Maybe if I can win these last 3 rounds, I can win this fight. So you have to step it up a notch. You know, that's just the nature of the game. I know that it's easy for a trainer to say that because they're not the ones in there. But we all know you're walking away with the lion's share of the money, so it's up to you to take the risk to be the champion. Step it up. Step it up. You have to step it up.
Yeah. He might have felt something in that right hand of Vladimir Klitschko's and I think, you know what? I ain't so sure if I want to be, you know, let's wait until another day. Let's fight. Let's wait until another
Yeah, because fight. I kept seeing online that Jennings took Vladimir Klitschko's right hand pretty well. We don't know how well he took it. He just took it outwardly. We don't know what he's feeling inwardly. All right? He seemed to have handled the right hand pretty well, but we don't know what he felt, what kind of mental message he got when that right hand landed. We don't know. We only know what he tells us or what he felt. He knows that. But we only know what he expressed to us. But we don't know what he felt in the right hands. Vladimir landed a few right hands in there.
He said in the 12th round, he said in the 12th round he got caught with a big right hand. He said, but my legs stood, and he said, I went back and watched the replay. He said, and my legs stood up well to the right hand, and it was a good shot.
Right, but you talk about a single right hand. You're not talking about a right hand with combinations. The right hand, left hand, right hand again. He was never able to put together a sequence of punches. And that's what I would implore for him to do. Put together a combination punches. That's what I expressed to him. I said, look, in the Ray Mercer, Charles Shuford, Jamil McCoy, you were putting combination punches together.
Do you think there was something in the fight at some point where Vladimir got caught with something? He thought, I don't want this tonight. Let me just box simply. Was there anywhere in that fight that maybe he got caught early and thought, I'm not so sure. Let me just box this guy? Because he seemed to be quite happy.
I mean, you know,
because he leaned a lot on what Banks was saying to him. Banks was telling him how to box. Remember, he said box, 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 and Vladimir's like, yeah, you just box the guy, you'll be fine. That's what. And Vladimir just said, all right, and he just went and boxed. So obviously, Vladimir listened to Banks and said, okay, I'll just do as what Banks says. There was no point in the time that there was no urgency in Vlad. There was no urgency whatsoever in what Vlad was doing.
Right, there was no urgency. But what I'm saying is, any heavyweight can hurt another heavyweight. But I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything that Jennings did. I didn't see anything that Jennings did that Vladimir had not seen a dozen times before. I didn't see it. I didn't see anything that Jennings might have hit Vladimir with that Vladimir hasn't experienced a dozen times before. I didn't see anything of any consequence, you know. And again, I allude to the fact that I wasn't taking the punches, but I didn't see nothing special that I would say, oh man, that was a good right hand. Oh man, that was a good left hook. Oh man, he got hurt with that. I didn't see anything.
What about, okay, let's moving on. Anthony Joshua, his performance against Kevin Safety Pin Johnson.
He did a good job. That's all I can say. He did it in a fashion that I didn't think he was going to do it in. So maybe he's getting better than I thought he was.
Or Johnson.
I thought that Joshua I thought Joshua would win a decision or maybe a late stoppage, but he stopped him in 2 rounds. So kudos for him.
So what do you think of him potentially fighting either Dillian White, Tony Thompson, or David Price next?
I think at this point it's a good move. If he's feeling the Cheerios, he needs to give him some milk and let him keep going.
Okay.
I think that he can fight either one of those. Dillian White, Price, and who was the third one?
Tony Thompson.
Tony Thompson's a horse of another color, but I'd look at Price and Dillian White first and then think about Thompson. Because Tony Thompson on a good day can cause problems. But, like I said, this guy, Anthony Joshua, is showing his mettle, and who knows? I wouldn't shy away from it. If that was a fight that came to him on paper, I wouldn't shy away from it. I like Joshua. I think that Joshua can go all the way. I think he has the tools to go all the way.
What about Derek Chisora?
Derek Chisora would be a good fight for Joshua. I like that fight.
Who wins?
Anthony Joshua wins. I think Derek Chisora as a main player in the division, I think is over. I think his ship has come and gone in the night.
You know that he's left Don Charles now. I believe he's moved. He's got a new team.
Oh, he's left Don Charles.
Yes.
Well, I mean, people come and people go, but I don't think it's Don's fault that it didn't work out right. And I think a lot of times it could be a trainer, but I don't see anything that Don did differently from that he didn't do before. I don't know what to say about that, so I just stand away from it.
Another interesting move. In your division, actually, the cruiserweight division, Marco Huck moving to Don House's gym.
Marco Huck is so.
What do you think? He's like laughing. He's laughing.
So Don House is going to train Marco Huck?
Yes.
So Don House he'd be pretty soon he'd be matching fight with Alexander Usyk. We'll see what he got.
Okay. That's
I'm not overly concerned about that.
Okay, shots fired. Fair enough. Interesting. What else can we talk about? Yes, obviously there's the fight that everyone's talking about. Fury, Klitschko. Rumors are September, late September, early November. Have you heard anything else about that?
Late September, early October, you mean?
Yeah. Well, no. I heard it. Yeah.
Late September, early October?
Yeah.
I spoke to Latimer not long ago, and it seems like the ball is rolling. There's not no paper yet, the site or the date, but there's some speculation that the fight will go forward, that the fight is going to take place. I think the fight is going to happen. I think the fight is going to take place. Vladimir Klitschko is the champion of the world. He's not going to back down from Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury is in the number 1 spot in the WBO, and I believe the WPA. So I think the fight is going to happen.
What are your concerns?
It's going to be an entertaining fight.
Do you have any concerns about this fight?
Huh?
Do you have any concerns about the fight?
Oh, of course I have concerns. Oh, yeah, I have concerns. I mean, Tyson Fury what is Tyson Fury, 27?
Yeah, something like that.
He's 27 years old, right?
Something like that.
He's 27 years old. Yeah, he's a young guy. Excuse me for 1 minute. Trying to open the window. Close the window. the from the ring. So yeah, I'm concerned about the fight. Vladimir Klitschko is deep into his career now. You know, this is a tough fight. This fight will not be an easy fight for us. You know. So yes, I'm very concerned. I got a lot of respect for Tyson Fury.
Why has your tone changed from when you first talked about Tyson Fury to now?
Because obviously he's progressed over the years. He's made some progression over the years. So yeah, of course it's going to change. I've got to change with the fighter.
Okay, you're a trainer, right? There's a lot of fans out there talking a lot of stuff. Oh, Tyson's not good enough. He can't beat Vladimir. How much of a chance do you give him against Vladimir?
I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Damn.
I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think it's going to be a tough fight for us. And I think Lad's going to really have to rise up and show his mettle in this fight.
So you think it's a closer fight than a lot of the fight fans think, oh, Fury's going to get smashed. That's what a lot of people are saying at the moment.
You know, you never can tell in a heavyweight fight. You never can tell. You know, one clean shot can decide the outcome of a fight.
Yeah.
So it's very, very difficult to say whether he gonna smash Tyson Fury or what the outcome will be. Just one punch can change the course of a fight.
Right.
But like I said, Tyson Fury is resourceful. He's athletic. He's strong. And I know he's going to be in superb shape. And Vladimir Klitschko is going to be in superb shape. It's going to be a good fight. I'm expecting a good fight.
What does Tyson Fury bring to the table? You're an experienced trainer. What does he bring to the table?
Hey, he's a boxer. He's a boxer first and foremost. He's a big guy. He's athletic, and he's young. Based on the things I saw, you know.
Yep.
In the last 2-3 fights, he's resourceful and he'll have good sparring for it. You know, I expect for this to be a boxer's fight, though. I expect this to be a boxing match.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I expect for this to be a boxing match.
What about Tyson coming out and trying to take the fight to Klitschko?
That's possible. That's very possible. And it's possible that Vladimir can take the fight to Tyson Fury. We won't know until they get into that bell ring. We won't know.
Okay, we've seen Vladimir fight Maris Vac. We've seen him fight Ibragimov. We've seen him fight Tony Thompson. Tall men in his career against world-class fighters and done the business against them. Tyson Fury hasn't really done that yet against a world-class opponent, and he's going to be doing it now against Vladimir Klitschko. Does that make a difference come fight night?
No, I wouldn't put much stock in that.
Why is that?
I think that mentally and physically he'll be prepared for Vladimir Klitschko. He'll be prepared to fight. He knows what he's up against, you know. The fact still remains, what will he do inside the ring? That remains to be seen. But he understands what he's in with. He's going to be well prepared for that fight. You know, it's not going to be a cakewalk for either guy. That's my opinion.
Wow. So what do you think? I mean, at the moment, after the Jennings performance, Vlad's gonna have to do a little bit more than that against Tyson Fury for sure.
Oh, like the old saying goes, styles make fights. And personally, I like Vladimir against the big guys better. I've always liked Vladimir against the big guys. You know, it seems to be a different fight every time, you know?
Right.
So we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. You know, you see Marius Watt was a big guy. You know, Pulev was a big guy. You know, those tall, thick guys and that come forth, guns blazing, it's always a different fight, you know?
Okay.
And I'm expecting no change in this fight. I think this fight's gonna be the same thing.
And what's the latest news about your heavyweight prospect, Usyk?
Oh, we're gonna fight again. Last I heard, we'll fight mid-July sometime.
Okay. And Marius Vac, what's going on there?
Well, I had an association with him, but it didn't work out, so I moved on. So I really couldn't tell you what's going on with him.
Okay, so what happened? You just broke down. You and Vac just.
Well, there was a little confusion. We still get along really good, but there was some confusion, with the training regime and stuff. I wanted to do certain things, and they wanted to do certain things. So I just said, okay, we can't do it my way. I'll go, because I'm not going to have children coming in telling me how to train boxers.
Damn. Damn.
And that's how I view it. I mean, the people around them is inexperienced. They're young, and they don't have a clue, in my opinion, as to how to do this thing. My forte is training big guys, the cruiserweights and the heavyweights. I have a lot of experience doing that there. Matter of fact, I think I'm better suited to train heavyweights and cruiserweights better than any other fighter. Boxing is a mentality. I think I can train the flyweight all the way up to heavyweight, but I think personally my forte is training heavyweights and cruiserweights. I think I train those guys better than I do any other boxer.
Okay. Excellent stuff. Uncle Bashir, thank you so much for talking to Bay Laureate TV as always.
Oh man, it's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking with you. I just look at the state of boxing, and I'll say it again. You don't find a lot of people going around saying they want to be a surgeon. You don't find a lot of people going around saying they want to be an MD, an engineer, an airplane pilot. But you got a bunch of people running around saying, I'm a boxing trainer. And they don't even understand the significance of what a boxing trainer is. It's a mentality. It's an application, man. And it's not to be taken lightly. This is a serious undertaking. And the boxers out there who have inept people in their corners, calling themselves trainers, calling themselves knowledgeable people, without having any kind of experience, it's a bunch of nonsense. I see it all over the world. People that think or would like to cause it, I don't want to call no names out, but you see it at the top levels. You see it at the top levels of the sport, especially in America. Everybody thinks they got the remedy to make a champion. And man, it's a difficult thing trying to produce a champion. But to produce a champion is one thing, but to maintain the championship after you've won it, that's the big job. So I'm good. So I thank you. I thank BWTM TV for having me on.
As always, Uncle Bashir, you always give us insight, and it's great talking to you. And guess what? When you come to the UK, we're looking forward to seeing you in the UK.
Oh man, I look forward to coming.
Absolutely.
I'm a world globetrotter. I'll be there. Inshallah, I'll be there. God willing, I'll be there. I'm a globetrotter.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna do this here to death, literally. God willing.
God willing.
All right.
Take care.
Yes, you too.